to my YouTube channel. Okay, I was contemplating how to cover this video. So basically, if you need like a really quick summary, let's do it, because we do have a video to get to and to talk about. So, David Dobrik's texts and voice memos and stuff are being exposed by his closest friend Scotty to try to defend him, but it has completely backfired. If you're wondering what this situation is stemming from, it is Seth, who is a member or an ex-member of the Vlog Squad, which is David Dobrik's friend group, who all make videos together and kind of are in David's vlogs, and that's their thing, whatever. Was a member of the Vlog Squad and is coming forward about the pranks that David would pull on him and how they were very inappropriate, and accusing him of SA. You know what that is, I'm not saying the full word. There were pranks in which they would make it seem so Seth would think he was going to kiss one of the women on the Vlog Squad, but instead they would have Jason, who is like a 45-year-old, like, just disgusting man, be in a wig, and they would close their eye and he would kiss instead, and they would do it for like clickbait and stuff. And Seth is saying that it was SA allegedly, and that it was like exploiting his sexuality and making a joke of him, and he said he was never able to get away from these, you know, people making fun of this. And what we also saw was Seth coming forward and saying about racism within the group and jokes within the group, and there are videos out there that are very damaging in terms of against David with these accusations. I normally don't like to go kind of one way or the other in these videos, especially with something so serious, but there are videos out there that show the jokes that David was making against Seth. Blackface jokes, just not cool. And then Big Nick, another member of the Vlog Squad, came forward before Seth and talked about how they would make fun of his dwarfism, and that would be the center of all the jokes, and they wouldn't want to hang out with him unless they were, you know, exploiting him and putting him in vlogs, making fun of him. And how the fans would then, you know, not have boundaries, making fun of him as well, and how he contemplated what was worth living whenever his life was just a joke and he couldn't escape this. And Seth is saying the same thing, so it's not looking good for David and the Vlog Squad right now, and they're being interviewed, as in the people coming forward on the H3 podcast. I'm aware that there's very explosive articles in the work, which will see the light of day very soon. There's chitter chatter behind the scenes, besties, so I'm just letting you know that that's on the way. So the Vlog Squad and David have been incredibly quiet about this. David did address the pranks against Seth in terms of making him think he was making out with a woman, but it was actually a man. And he thought it was really funny and said about how, oh my god, this would like ruin his life allegedly. And so David has addressed this in the past as a joke and making fun of how funny he thought it was, and Seth saying it wasn't. So now we have Scotty Sire, who is a member of the Vlog Squad, coming forward, and he posted a video called Hi, it has 1 million views. The likes to dislike ratio is not good. 69k likes and 58k dislikes. So almost the same amount. And the comments are brutal. Basically, Scotty has inserted himself whenever he was one of the nicer, well-liked members of the Vlog Squad. And people are like, you did this for what? You've now just inserted yourself. You're victim shaming, you're attacking the victims, you're trying to belittle their story, you're trying to silence them. I am going to read out some of the comments. Now, in this video, it is a pretty short video, and it definitely, in my opinion, feels scripted. I was considering if I wanted to take notes on it or watch it and talk. A lot of you have made it very clear that you don't watch Scotty, so I thought we would watch together and talk. And also, I don't want to be misquoted. I don't want to misquote him and I get in trouble. So let's hear it straight from his mouth in terms of him defending David and his friends and victim shaming, in my opinion. And then coming forward with David's text messages and David's voice messages that David has sent Scotty to put on a YouTube video, so David has his side of the story out without David addressing it. And it's so weird how all these YouTubers go above and beyond to, like, not address or take accountability for anything. David addressing these pranks and the way he treated Seth and Big Nick in the past shows that he's aware that the kind of stuff was not good. So let's just get straight into the video, and we're gonna stop and talk. So, you ready? Let's take a moment.
What's up, guys? I am totally sick of seeing my friends' names get dragged through the mud because of false allegations and lies and just things that aren't true, so I'm going to address...
Big statement already. We won't stop this frequently. False allegations, lies, or whatever. Scotty, you weren't there for all of these events. There are a lot of people who were there who are speaking out. So, from I, who wasn't there, and you who weren't there, you speaking on the victim, alleged victim, David's behalf, is not a good look at all. And this is straight up trying to shut down any alleged victims.
Those allegations and defend my friends. They haven't said anything because Typically, the Vlog Squad does not address rumors and lies and gossip because it platforms the person telling the lies, draws attention to it, and we know who we are. We know our character. We know we're good people, and we know it's...
Rumors, lies, attacking again. Now, what's interesting to note is at the start of this video, let's call out the hypocrisies. At the end, Scotty goes to say, you know, why couldn't you have came to us for a statement? Why couldn't you have waited for us to talk? But at the start of the video, Scotty says that David and the Vlog Squad will never address any allegations or gossip or tea or whatever because it platforms the lies or someone coming forward. So, what is it, Scotty? You want people to ask for your opinion or you don't? Because you've just contradicted yourself.
Not true, but this has gotten to a point where it's such a serious accusation that it needs to be addressed. Everybody makes
I agree, not by you, by David.
I made mistakes myself, and all we can hope for when we make mistakes is to learn and grow from those mistakes. That being said, telling a lie is a mistake.
This guy is not involved at all. Like, he's literally just thrown himself in for no reason. So, again, lying, he's, you know, putting all these words up, which again is immediately shutting down anyone trying to speak forward or people in the process of trying to speak forward. And also, if there are more alleged victims out there, whenever they're being threatened with a video like this, that's not right also, in my opinion.
Itself, and there's been a lot of that going around. First of all, David's a great person, Jason's a great person. In fact, they're both fantastic people. David doesn't have a mean bone in his body. He's so nice. When someone does something that really upsets him, he gets disappointed instead of angry. And be like, why'd you do that? Like, that's not cool, dude.
What? What the fuck? What is the power dynamic in this group? He doesn't get angry. David Dobrik doesn't get angry. He gets disappointed in us. Scott, grow some fucking balls, you twat. Jesus, are you hearing yourself? David's such a nice guy. You know, he never gets angry. He gets disappointed, and it makes me really sad. Scott, you are a grown-ass man. Grow some fucking balls. Jesus Christ. David never gets angry. Fuck off. Literally, like, David is the nicest person ever. He's so nice to me. He's so good. How are we supposed to react to that? First of all, of course he's nice to you. You're literally on the company that works on the app that he's using. So also, it's important to note that Scotty has share in David's new app, so it's in Scotty's best interest that David has a good public standing because he makes more money as well, so that kind of really shows his morals here. But being like, you know, anyone coming forward saying they've had a bad experience with David, they're lying because he's been really good to me. Is that good, David? Is that good? Is that good? Weirdo.
And Jason also is like the sweetest, most caring, there for you anytime you need him person in the world. So to see them being attacked like this is just like, it's ridiculous. If you watch David's vlogs, you've seen people come and go from them from time to time, and it's always that person grew apart, their career path.
This also includes Big Nick, Seth, Trisha, and there are, yeah, like Trisha Paytas, she was there too. She dated Jason, who is one of the two main people being called out here. So it's important to note that there are people that come and go, but all these people are coming forward now saying that it was because of bullying or harassment or feeling like segregated in some way. And so you're now shutting them down and you're just like, oh, we grew apart, you know, or maybe they did something. Okay, maybe you did something. Can we not look at this from both sides?
Changed, they didn't want to be in the videos anymore, and sometimes it's because they did something that wasn't cool. And
what about you and David and Jason doing something bad?
I think that right now the internet is fueled by a lot of unsubstantiated gossip and lies, and that sucks. You gotta be...
Maybe it wouldn't be if David and Jason weren't little fucking twats and let this go on and on because they don't want to address anything. Are they scared?
Careful with what you're putting out on the internet and the claims that you're making without verifying them. If you're telling a lie and it snowballs, it becomes something that you cannot take back. You can't retract it.
In that moment, he is threatening Ethan from H3H3 and Trisha because they were the ones that have been interviewing, you know, Seth and Big Nick and giving them a platform, and that's what it's snowballing. Again, not a good look, Scott, to be threatening alleged victims and trying to silence them. And do you want to speak out? Scott, do you want to speak out? Or is David going to get very disappointed in you?
And then you just end up damaging people's lives for no reason. And
what if David's damaging theirs?
As well. So I would just like to say...
He goes, or damaging your own life. Again, another threat, because this is what we're seeing with the Vlog Squad.
Don't call it sharing your truth if you're sharing a lie. Because
that is like 101 what not to say with someone coming forward and telling their story. If you believe them or not, don't come forward because you're lying. Literally this entire video, he's like, sucking David's dick. Jesus Christ.
it's not true. Seth accused David and Jason of sexual assault for a kissing prank that was done in 2017, which is so fucked up because he was part of the videos, he knows what we do, and then
he knows
after
what we
the
do.
prank was finished, David asked him.
Not too long after that.
Stop playing music, dumbass. I don't want to get my video copyrighted. So,
Make out with Jason.
I'm very confused by that, because how the hell could you be so confident to tell me that I have to consent to something that I'm not going to know that I'm going to do?
David films hours and hours.
the clip that Scotty used of Seth giving consent for these pranks is literally Seth saying, how can I give consent to something I know is not going to happen? That clip just further proved a point against you and David Scotty. Y'all, are they dumb or are we dumb? Like, there's something, one of us is not getting the narrative here.
The footage and crams them into 4 minutes and 20 seconds for his vlog. So this clip was cut short to not actually show Seth giving his consent, but
show us
David asking for the consent. Now, do you think David...
Also, Scotty, there were multiple kissing pranks that they did on Seth. Show us multiple different times then for this. Don't show us one clip. And also, show us the clip in length. Like, it's like... you're telling us not to take someone else's word, but then you're telling us to just take your word.
And film this bit. If Seth had said no, there's no way in hell. This is from a period of time when David was always at my house editing, and I very vividly remember when he was editing that clip, there was a clip in there of Seth agreeing and giving his permission.
Don't worry, guys. Scotty knows that there is a clip. They don't have the clip. They can't show us the clip, but don't worry. Scotty has seen Seth giving consent. Don't worry. Do you believe him? Do you believe him?
To film this bit again. He was like, there's no way you're gonna get it on me again. There's no way you're gonna get me again. So go ahead, go for it.
You're the best. You're the fucking best, David. This motherfucker told me that this was gonna happen again. And I can always respect the fucking man that keeps his word.
You can tell by his reaction at the end of the video that
Still not consent, by the way.
he was pranked, it was all in good fun, and he gave permission beforehand. He gave David props on getting him with that prank a second time. Some of David's vlogs happen just...
There were multiple different pranks, by the way, and they're showing us the similar clips from the same, like, event. And also, none of these have Seth agreeing to them, which is curious to me. I'm like, okay.
Like, and something will happen, and he captures it on film. But most of these things are preconceived, and everyone talks about, like, what bit is going to be filmed. So a lot of the...
we don't know that!
I'm not saying that these kissing pranks were his ideas, but he did give consent to them, and he partook in them. He partook in several bits after and before.
You're telling us to just take your word for it, like you're telling us not to believe someone else taking, you know, their word for it. What?
No one is here to force anyone to do anything. There's a clip somewhere.
That's what they're being accused of.
Jason.
3, 2, 1, action!
I like Seth's behavior.
This is like everybody's fucking around with each other here. We're all friends, and like, we do dumb.
Now at this stage, it's just severe victim blaming and deflection away from the main issue. Scotty holds no relevance to the original point, keep in mind, about what was done on Seth. Allegedly, in my opinion.
Shit, David looked through his text messages and found one of Seth's numbers, asking him to do the kissing prank a third time. Seth literally requested to do it a third.
So why is David leaking information, proving his point right through you, Scotty, instead of doing it himself? Is he so disappointed in himself that he can't do it on his own?
Time.
Guys, this is a text from Seth from about 2 years ago. He goes, yo, bro, I was thinking about it. I'm down for another kissing sketch. I said, haha, what do you mean? He goes, lol, I don't really care as long as you clout me up. I'm not gay, just don't care. And then he sends me this.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's not really a big deal. It's the same shit. Just, I don't know, more open-minded.
I don't know if Seth completely forgot about.
So now, leaking text messages from Seth to David, again, whenever this prank has been done multiple different times, does that really hold up whenever you're not able to show us either of the times? And whenever someone's coming forward talking about each of the different times, but whenever Scott and David, well, David's completely silent, but Scott is like, look at this text message from, like, the end, or from the first time. It's like, how are we supposed to react as an audience member? I want to know what the besties feel, you know what I mean? Either way, Scott's video...
Or if he just hoped that David would never find it, the way that he hoped that David had a new computer and didn't have the extra 4 hours of footage that surrounded the 4-minute and 20 vlog.
Well, can we see it? Can we see it?
Bit of him consenting
can
to the prank.
Can we see it?
But what you're doing is fucked up, Seth. Also, you posted revenge porn of our friend Erin. Do you know how that's affected her? You posted revenge porn, which is actually, it's 100% illegal. It's totally immoral and so fucked up. Did you get her consent?
So now he's talking about what happened with the friend Erin, which was I think the situation was her boyfriend at the time had like leaked a video of her, and it was Seth had reposted it, and it was like cropped to be her face or her hair or something, so like nothing was showing, because I think it was it her saying the N-word? And then I remember like Trisha retweeted that. I think, can one of the besties please let me know in the comment section? Let me know.
I mean to sound aggressive, I'm trying to be very logical here, but what you're doing and what you've done is so fucked up, and the lies that you're telling are ruining other people's lives. And I know that you spoke to David a couple years ago in private and told him you felt uncomfortable about the video, and so he took the video down. And I totally understand feelings of regret and feeling uncomfortable about something that you've done in the past, but you can't blame your uncomfortableness or your regret for your actions when you were a part. You partook in it, you were interested in it, you wanted to do.
I don't know about you, but this is sounding like a lot of fucking blah 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 blah, right? A lot of blah 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 blah.
But you wanted to be clouded up, and I could totally see you being uncomfortable about that bit. Now, in hindsight, when you were
The full thing is, though, the argument that people are making is that David's work environment forces people to do things without them wanting to do it or feeling uncomfortable for the aim of they're there to get followers and they're there to get money or they're there to, you know, be in his vlog. So, I mean, that's proving their point as well, Scotty.
I know that you were just filming videos for David's channel and probably hoping that it built up your social media platform and you built a career out of it, and I don't think that that worked, and I think you got bitter about it, and after a couple of years you were like, I want something out of this. I was embarrassed in that prank and I want something out of it, so I'm going to go after them. It's a
Seth isn't posting YouTube videos though.
They're not
he
doing
isn't
videos anymore because they were uncomfortable about doing a bit, and then you were just never hit up again, which is false. In Seth's interview with H3, he talked about the situation in one way, and in his other interviews earlier, he talked about the situation in a completely different way.
At the end of the day, I would have laughed at it if it was someone else. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm a person, if I feel like I would laugh at something, like, don't dish anything out if you wouldn't be willing to take it. So I was just like, I've pranked people before, I've done some fucked up shit.
I'm gonna call my mom and see what my mom thinks about this. And I called my mom, and she just started busting up laughing. I'm like, if my mom is laughing her ass off, everyone else are gonna laugh their fucking ass off.
I think the magnitude of the lies you've been spreading are unforgivable, and you should face repercussion. I was there creating these moments and bits with them. And
there's something so unsettling, and not in a good way, Scotty, about the way you're doing this entire video with that weird ass fucking smirk on your face.
You were here creating moments and
right? It's like
everybody.
You will face repercussions.
And I don't know
David
how
will
you
be
lie
so
about that.
disappointed.
There's literal proof of you being so down for doing these bits, and now you're backtracking and saying, I was so uncomfortable, but I took the high road and just like played it off like I wasn't. You asked to do it a third time, and in retaliation for this, years later, you post our friend's naked body on the internet. It's revenge porn. It's illegal. It's fucked up. You suck. I can only speak.
Whoa! Oh my god!
And I know that Seth and Dobrik have both been on H3's podcast, and you are part of the reason that these lies have snowballed and gotten so big because you're spreading the lies.
This is about
any
Ethan.
sort of verification. In fact, when they were talking, I watched you, Ethan, take what they said and say, oh, that's so fucked up. So they did this. You would take their words and you would make it sound even worse than what they said. But I think that you should, in the future, at least try to verify some of the information that's being told to you, or maybe even reach out to the people that you have guests on talking about.
This is still, he's like, verify the information, but in this video, Scotty, the reason you're getting so much backlash to this is because you're like telling us to take your word for everything. The same way Seth's telling us to take his word, you're telling us to take your word. So, like, how are we supposed to react? You know what I mean?
Because the things that are being said on YouTube now and on your podcast show are things that should be said in a courtroom if they're true. Anyway, that's my take on the subject.
Look at him still smiling.
People who feel the need to make big false claims realize that if they're serious enough, they will be addressed, and hopefully you'll get in trouble for it, because it's wrong.
That's his video. I'm going to read you out the top comments. How can you say the allegations are fake and the accusations? They literally admitted to it on their podcast, like they bragged about it. David Dobrik bragging on the podcast that the prank was going to ruin Seth's life. Like he wouldn't be able to go into his hometown without people knowing about the prank and stuff. Oh my god, I like shut down in that last sentence. That he wouldn't be able to go into his hometown without people knowing about the prank and making fun of it. Like David admitted to knowing that the prank would ruin his life. So that's why people are like, Scotty, let's talk about that. How much did he pay you, bestie? Ads? Really, Scotty? Many people thought my ABUSER was nice too. Unfortunately, being nice doesn't justify certain choices people make. My ABUSER publicly told people that I'm a liar. You're victim shaming and the reason why victims don't come forward. Shame on you, Scotty, for this video. Here we go. You're right, Scott. People make mistakes, and David made a mistake. He made many, and he's making it worse by staying silent about it. All Seth wants is an apology and for this not to happen to another person. All he wants is an apology for Seth and everyone else who's had shitty things like this done to them for the sake of David's content. We know he didn't consent in the first one, you know that too, and so does every single person in the vlog squad. If David would just address the situation, you wouldn't have been the doormat that he would have sent for you to be walked all over. I cannot believe a grown-ass adult is saying this. The evidence is bullshit, Scott. Your two claims are basically, he's nice to me, so of course he's nice to you, and he consented to doing the prank for a third time, so he totally consented the first 2 times, in which David addressed the first 2 times that they were the ones that were going to ruin his life. The fact that David won't show his face or even apologize personally to Seth speaks volumes. Imagine how many SA victims that you're triggering with this video, Scotty. Don't you realize every single point you made is everything that victims have heard from other people and their ABUSERs after they try to speak up for themselves? It's not even funny how off the mark this is. You haven't done any research at all. You're only contributing to the narrative that scares victims from coming forward. This video should be titled, Hi, I'm a victim shamer. By the way, these are all different comments. These are literally only negative comments. This is how bad this video is being received. So, D'Angelo Wallace, hey D'Angelo, commented, did David ask you to make this or are you just losing subscribers for fun? So, Venture said, imagine if David did this prank on a woman. The first time he was clearly not happy, second time he played along with it as he didn't want to lose it all, and the third time he offered to do the prank because he was desperate, and David ignored that as he got views and rinsed the friendship for what it's worth. This reeks of BS. Go and check yourself. Nothing funny about the situation now with this added context. The mask is slipping. Oh my god, I'm struggling to talk today. Because I'm so frustrated and angry about this situation, and the fact he can come on a video victim shaming and doing such a dangerous video like this with a smile on his face and be like, he will face consequences, and David's so good to me, sucking his cock again when you make that point. Anyone has to tell you that I'm a good person isn't a good person, so no positive comments on that, all dislikes. Losing subscribers, was it worth it, Scotty? Besties, let's talk below. I love you, I'll see you in my next one. Not good, not good. I feel like I need a cool down period because I malfunctioned a lot during the end of that video. I love you, bye.